Hey everyone, I'm Sergeant Spankcakes and welcome to another episode of the My Week With series. I spend 7 days playing a legend, and if I like the legend enough, I buy a new skin. This week, we'll be featuring the shark, Mako. Let's have a look at my career stats with Mako before the week began. I started off the week with 145 games played and 315 total KOs. I have heavily favored guitars with Mako in terms of time held and damage, but my KOs with each weapon are very similar. My damage per KO is 100 or less on Greatsword, indicating I likely have an easier time killing with it. I chose Mako for this week due to it being Shark Week when I started recording for this episode. Obviously, this video is coming out way after Shark Week, so that's mostly irrelevant. Guitars are my main weapon, and although I'm not great with them, I do feel the most comfortable with them. Because of this fact, I'm going to try to use Greatsword more this week to try to even out my time held between the two weapons. Greatsword seems like it's in a fairly weak spot post-nerf, but I do feel that it has some unexplored potential. Defense stance seems favorable, as most of the legends I play guitars on have a higher defensive stat. I really enjoy Mako's signatures and how much of a threat the N-Sigs are off stage, but both kits are fairly similar in how they function. Mako's guitars felt solid as her speed allowed for easier approaches compared to slower guitar legends. I liked utilizing Inlight into N-Sig as it worked really well when the opponent would spot dodge. Catching the opponent with N-Sig on stage would often put the opponents in a disadvantageous position and allow you to follow up with another guitar string or another N-Sig if they try to jump over you. N-Sig shines as both a great on-stage and off-stage attack due to being able to change the direction you throw at the opponent. Side Sig lowers your hurt box and is rather quick, but I tended to favor it more as a mobility tool than I did an actual attack. D-Sig is deceivingly fast and pretty hard to punish. I originally thought it lacked something though, until I discovered you can move Mako in either direction during the attack. My Greatsword experience up to this week hasn't been, great. It feels like it has a relatively high skill floor, but with less payoff than other high skill floor weapons like Scythe or Blasters. Mako makes fairly good use of the Greatsword due to her speed, yet I often had trouble finding a good rhythm and stringing together light attacks. This fact, coupled with the need to make good reads consistently, made my Greatsword experience a pretty miserable one. However, Mako's Greatsword Sig kit makes up for the difficulty of Greatsword. N-Sig serves as a good edgeguard tool due to it launching her at a 45-degree angle and hitting the opponents at a favorable trajectory for weapon throws. Side Sig has the same mobility characteristics as Guitar Side Sig and kills at relatively low damage off stage. D-Sig has a deceiving range to it and would catch people off guard who thought they were at a safe range. The highlight of the week with Mako was randomly matching up with Brawlhalla dev metagame Mike. Disgustingly, Mike queued up as Zol. Despite the low effort legend pick, I was ready to put this animator in his place. I made quick work of his first 2 stocks and thought I was heading toward an easy 3 stock. Mike rallied back and ended up reverse sweeping through my 3 stocks. It was a really fun match and my heart was racing the whole time as it was the first dev that I have played. I look forward to getting my revenge against Mike sometime in the future. I ended the week with a total of 244 games played and 533 total KOs. I was able to get my time held with Greatsword up to 35%, which is less than I was hoping for, but I never really grasped Greatsword and would only tend to use it when I felt I had a comfortable enough lead. My damage per KO with both weapons increased slightly. Surprisingly, the KOs with each weapon were even more equal than they were when the week started. I hope that I get more comfortable with Greatsword as I continue to play Mako and can get the time held more equal between the two weapons. So, did I buy a new skin for Mako? I was very torn on this legend. Ultimately, the Chainsaw Greatsword on the Orca Mako skin was too cool to pass up, and I saw this as a good opportunity to buy a skin for Mako as the only one I had previously was the Battle Pass skin. Overall, Mako is a really fun legend. Her weapons complement each other nicely and have very different ranges. Her signatures are fun, however the kits are too similar for my taste. Mako would be a really good legend for people who already enjoy guitars and want a second weapon that is underutilized and can catch the opponents off guard when played effectively. I will likely continue to use Mako as a way to learn Greatsword, but I don't think she'll be at the top of my list of guitar legends. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the My Week With series. If you're interested in learning how to play Mako, be sure to check out Cobalt777's video on Mako's signatures and frame data. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have recommendations for a future My Week With legend, be sure to drop it in the comments.